Okay, in this segment, we're going to put the scope onto the gun. So you simply lay it in the bottom of the base. Now you're going to want to make sure that when you look through the scope, when you're holding the gun, the reticle is perfectly vertical and horizontal to the way you hold it. That way when you make adjustments, you have the true elevation and true windage. But you don't have to do that until you have the rings down. So right now you're just going to eyeball it, install the top. While you're screwing down the top part of the base, you're going to want to just engage both screws initially, just a couple of threads, and then sort of like changing a tire, a little twist on each side, because you don't want to put too much pressure on one side, because the scope won't be aligned right. And when using the standard setup, this is not as important if you're using the double dovetail, but with the standard setup, you always do the front ring first, and we're going to show you why in just a second. Okay, that's good and tight. Now, we had only finger adjusted this rear, or I should say finger tightened this rear windage adjustable base. So now the scope is in perfect alignment. So we can go ahead now, sock this down tight, and we know that it's lined up with that front ring. Now we can install the top portion of the rear ring. Okay, now I've only installed the back end ring, so it's just barely on there. We'll loosen up the front slightly, look through our gun, twist the scope until eyeball it. Again, the reticle's vertical and horizontal, and then we'll finish tightening it. And now your scope is properly installed, ready to go to the ring.